was happening to me. So anytime something happened to you twice, I always been like that. Like my mom always taught me to be like that. Like when I got caught selling dope for the third, fourth time, she just told me like, if you keep getting caught at it, you're not good at it.
Just hours after rapper XXXTentacion was fatally shot in Florida back in 2018, a rising star in the Pittsburgh rap scene died in a double drive-by shooting. Jimmy Wopo, 21, was killed by unknown assailants. His manager, Taylor Maglin, confirmed in a Facebook post, writing, "I lost my brother today, and it's the worst feeling in the world." He continued, "He was destined for greatness, and he wanted the best for his friends, family, and community. We lost a great person today, but just know I will do everything in my power to make his memory live on forever. Love you, bro. Long live Wopo." The then-emerging rapper, born Trayvon Smart, was killed in a drive-by shooting in the Hill District, according to CBS Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh police said in a press release that one person died and another person was hospitalized following the double shooting, although they did not name the victims at the time. At approximately 4:22 p.m., officers arrived in the 2400 block of Wiley Avenue for a reported shooting, they said. Upon arrival, officers observed two males suffering from gunshot wounds inside a vehicle in the middle of the street. The vehicle was struck several times. Initial reports indicate this was an isolated incident. Police continued. Both victims were transported to the hospital. One victim was transported in critical condition and later died at the hospital. The other victim was transported in stable condition. There are no other reported injuries and no reports of damage to any nearby property. Tributes poured in for Wopo, best known for his 2016 single Elm Street, on social media. "Rest up, bro," Wiz Khalifa, who also got his start in Pittsburgh, captioned a photo of the musician. Another late rapper, Mac Miller, shared a smiling image of Wopo with a broken heart emoji. Wopo died the same day that XXXTentacion was fatally shot in what investigators believe was a possible robbery, as he left a motorcycle dealership north of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. X's shooting was first reported at 3:57 p.m. local time at a Deerfield Beach motorsports shop, according to the Broward County Sheriff's Office. The rapper, born Yasse Onfroy, was approached by two armed suspects as he was leaving the dealer, and at least one of those assailants fired on him, sheriff's officials said. They then fled in a dark color SUV. About an hour and a half after the shooting was reported, the sheriff's office announced that X had been pronounced dead at a local hospital. Pittsburgh native Jimmy Wopo was an authentic, reflective, and vivid street rapper. His edginess and drawbacks of the streets is where he shined brighter than his hip-hop contemporaries. After garnering national attention with underground hits Elm Street and Walking Bomb, Wopo released solid mixtapes such as Jordan Kobe and Back Against the Wall, Trap Knees with Hardo, and Wopa Knees over the past 3 years. Black music has always played a generational role in the history of Black America, even in Wopo's home. Recognizing his talent, the rapper's mother called into the local radio station, where the then 8-year-old freestyled on the radio. It was the first time he rapped for an audience. But despite amassing millions of YouTube views and releasing edgy mixtapes, Wopo's legal troubles interrupted the hopes of a record deal. But in a weird twist of fate, the rapper's lawyer, Owen Saman, told the Associated Press that he spoke with the rapper minutes before his untimely death about a record deal. Another interesting twist, Wopo's Elm Street was rumored to have influenced Kendrick Lamar's Humble. How, you may ask? While recovering from a gunshot wound in 2015, Wopo's underground hit Elm Street gained traction, launching the rapper to a new level of fame. 2 years later, TDE's Kendrick Lamar released his hit song Humble. The instrumentals for both tracks are very similar, leading critics to fuel rumors that K. Dot jacked Wopo's record. That's because the Humble beat, helmed by star producer Mike Will Made It, at least pays serious homage to Wopo's hit from a year earlier, and viewed in a harsher light, is practically an unabashed remix of producer Stevie B's Elm Street beat. The structures are uncannily similar. Those pounding piano notes, the heavy hand claps, and pitched synths. The only difference lies in delivery. Kendrick lurks and stalks, eventually catapulting himself onto his enemies with ferocity and aggression. Wopo, on the other hand, smiles and invites his enemies to seethe with jealousy, all while conveying the often dire circumstances he finds himself in. "Before I come out the crib, I gotta peep through the blinds," he raps. on Elm Street, 2 inches off of Wopo's 2017 release, Jordan Kobe, the rapper, even alludes to Kendrick rapping, "Just to be exact, I was born in 97 / so and it's not crack, it's heroin," winking at Kendrick's childhood during the crack epidemic. At only 8 tracks, Wopanese is a concise artistic statement, more of a thesis from Wopo than an introduction. On I.O., he cartoonishly advises against random booty calls after getting a girlfriend before desperately warning himself, "Trust is the truth, love gets you killed, they want to see me dead or in jail, you ain't got nothing for my books or my bail." It's this dichotomy between a life of joy and the constant pull from a world he left behind that made Wopo such a unique voice. He always had one eye on the streets, stuck between an ascendant rap career and staying loyal to the Hill District that bred him. Finding that balance, especially as a 21-year-old, is damn near impossible. The budding MC also had his sights set on entrepreneurship. Under the independent label Wopanese, the Steel City rapper released his solo efforts, a collaborative project with bubbling artist Hardo, also from Pittsburgh, including 2016's Trappanese. When one thinks of modern Pittsburgh rap, 2 names come to mind: Wiz Khalifa and Mac Miller. Both are more commonly associated than Wopo with the Steel City, but Khalifa, born in North Dakota, transcended any local identity when he used his city's colors to describe all the things he owned. He became a star, and Miller was destined to play Sundown Festival slots since Best Day Ever in 2011. But both of Pittsburgh's most famous rappers were fans of Wopo, who attracted these stars by tapping into a specific vein, namely one that conveyed stories about Pittsburgh, the streets, and learning to be alive in a country where those in charge often seem ambivalent towards whether you are or not. It's been reported that Wopo was set to sign with Khalifa's Taylor Gang imprint before his death, and Miller sent condolences via Twitter, featuring a bubbly photo of Wopo grinning from ear to ear, gold caps front and center, accompanied by a broken heart emoji in lieu of a message. The photo was as strong an encapsulation of Wopo's musical style as one can conjure. In a great interview with Complex, Wopo discussed his constant push to keep moving forward following a previous shooting that he had survived. "It changed my life the second time I got shot, but it never really changed my music," he explained. "It just gives me more push because just 2 years ago, I was somewhere getting shot up. Now I'm doing this. It keeps me going in a positive route. Because really nothing happened positive when I was doing negative S." Wopo was given a second chance and had it stolen from his grasp, the victim of a drive-by shooting on his home turf. Wopanese and Jordan Kobe are redemptive pieces of art, joyous celebrations of life moving forward, and homages to this music's source. In Wopo's case, Pittsburgh's Hill District, the same place he was killed. Following Wopanese, the rapper released Trappanese with fellow rapper Hardo, a 9-track album that features 21 Savage, a rapper whose dead-eyed nihilism serves as a nice complement to Wopo's ecstatic, bubbly proclamations of love and war. With Hardo, Wopo embraced the street anthems Hardo had a penchant for creating, a celebration of excess less inclined to hone in on the specificities that make Wopo's solo work so essential. Jordan Kobe was Wopo's coming out party, an 18-track mixtape that features Maxo Cream and Riff Raff. With its length, Wopo's voice isn't as consistently available as it is in his shorter works, but he stands toe-to-toe with the Texan-born Maxo and raps circles around Riff Raff on Move With The Money. His last mixtape, Back Against the Wall, was released in October of 2017. The entire thing was written while Wopo was serving jail time for violating parole after he went to New York City to meet with record label executives. Back Against the Wall sounds rushed, like the voice of a young man eager to reassert his momentum after having it abruptly halted. As such, it's Wopo's most scattershot release. But damn, it shouldn't have been his last. 21 years was all he got, and he became Pittsburgh's Street Poet Laureate in just 3. He was almost killed once and survived. What's most heartbreaking about Wopo's death is that he was so clearly trying to avoid the trappings that initially got him in trouble. And yet he was killed looking over the neighborhood that built him. For a brief amount of time, a far, far too brief amount of time, he was Pittsburgh's native son. It's a story Jimmy Wopo would love to tell in a rap song. And that's it from us today. Until next time, thank you for watching.